We're going to be rebuilding the Pittsburgh Steelers, but with the new addition of Brandon Aiyuk. Also, there's a lot of reports going around saying that Justin Simmons is leaning towards signing with the Steelers, so that'd be sick for them. So I also signed him to the Steelers on a one-year contract. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. The channel is growing quickly. If we get 150 likes on this video, I'll do whatever the top comment says down in the comments below. But starting off for the team, if they get George Pickens and Brandon Aiyuk, I think that'd be crazy for this team. Quez Watkins would be a nice slot for them. They also got Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin as well. Najee Harris is a nice piece whenever he's actually splitting carries with Warren. I think Najee Harris by himself, he looks solid by himself, but with Warren, I think they look like a really, really nice duo. For the offensive line, it's not crazy, it's not bad. Broderick Jones, I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen much of him. This year I haven't heard much of him, so I'm not going to give a real opinion on him. But my Madden opinion is 23 years old, star dev. He's definitely going to be the franchise left tackle for the team. For the rest of the offensive line, James Daniels, and then the other guard and more as well. Not bad offensive linemen. I want to look to improve it in Madden, though. Pat Freiermuth is really nice. Darnell Washington, surprised he doesn't have at least star dev. He looks like a really good prospect coming out of Georgia, but in Madden, he's only a 74 overall normal dev, which isn't bad for a depth tight end because Madden only uses one tight end despite what set you use. And then, of course, defensively, like, what is there to say? It's amazing. Larry Ogunjobi, Cam Hayward, a little bit older side here on the D line, not off just the rushing edge from TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. Patrick Queen, getting him from the Ravens, was a really nice steal by the Steelers. So funny. Anyways, Minka is amazing. Justin Simmons, Joey Porter Jr., Dante Jackson. Really nice additions here to the secondary. Getting Dante Jackson and Justin Simmons both within the same offseason would be sick for the Steelers. But my one problem with the Steelers is this QB situation, and as you guys can see, there's no Russell Wilson here, and as you guys can see, it's not my fault. He just decided to retire in Madden. Zach Wilson is the only QB with the last name Wilson in the entire NFL roster chart, and some people may be saying, oh, you could have just lowered it his age so that way he doesn't retire. I didn't expect this to happen, but Russell Wilson retired. Also, people, don't blow up at me in the comments. Let's be real here. Do you really think that Russell Wilson was going to start all 17 games of the season? Something was going to happen at some point. People are going to say, we want Fields, and they're going to want to see Fields on the Steelers in the Steelers jersey starting. I think at some point he would have, and if I'm being honest, this is my rebuild. I would have started Justin Fields anyway, just because of the facts. He has star dev, he's young, he will progress, unlike Russell Wilson, who will regress in Madden. Also, he was on a one-year contract. It's not the end of the world if he retires in Madden. I was going to start Fields anyway. I'll get him a different mentor, but for now, this is what we got for the QB situation. Justin Fields, in real life, sorry about the Russell Wilson thing in Madden. I can't really do anything, and I'm not going to restart the video if I'm being honest. Justin Fields, he's an amazing athlete. That's what I can say about him. Throwing wise, like in real life, he's a poor passer. Let's be real. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna dumb down my opinion just for a couple extra likes or a couple of views. Look at his stats. He's a really poor passer. Some people will be like, oh, it's the coaching, it's the offensive line, it's his weapons. Be real. He misses a lot of wide open throws, and it won't be like, oh, even whenever he has a clean pocket, an open receiver, he will miss throws. Again, he's an amazing athlete. I'm not saying he will be bad for the team. I'm just saying as of right now, to me, in my personal opinion, I'm not on the Justin Fields hype. I don't know what it is. Some people are just crazy about him. If he wasn't nearly as athletic as he was, like let's say he had mid athleticism, nobody would be talking about Justin Fields. They would say he's a bust. But his athleticism completely outweighs that. I think a lot of people are blinded. I don't think he is potentially bad. Potential-wise, people always say potential, potential, potential. Stop saying that. Please look at players for how they are. As of right now, Justin Fields could be a better player in the future. That's why I'm here to develop him with the Steelers and Brandon Aiyuk and Justin Simmons. He will develop in Madden. Usually he's pretty good. But in real life, you don't know until it happens, so I guess we'll see. Now we're trading away our first round pick at pick number 20 for the Steelers. In real life, I believe that's what it is, and a third round pick for Brandon Aiyuk. Honestly, surprised that Madden allowed this to go through, because sometimes they'll be like, oh, we want like 3 first round picks for a receiver, but Brandon Aiyuk to the Pittsburgh Steelers along with Justin Simmons. In the second round, I still think the Steelers may need a little bit more help at DB. I know they have Joey Porter Jr., Dante Jackson, but I think it would make the defense even so much better here with TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. 6'2", 200 pounds, hidden dev, 89 speed, 92 acceleration, A press, B tackle. Hidden dev is the important thing. He looks good. In the 4th round, Roman Wilson fell to the 4th round, so why not take him? He's a slot archetype too. That's exactly what we need. 5'10", 190 out of Michigan, hidden dev, 92 speed, 95 acceleration. Another piece to build around Justin Fields, and this offense is actually starting to look really nice in Madden. Now, this is the team after the draft. The offense looks so much better with Brandon Aiyuk at the receiver 1, Roman Wilson in the slot, who's already a 77, George Pickens. Surprised he doesn't have superstar in Madden. They're really dissing George Pickens here. I think, of course, he's crazy in real life. Just throw up the ball to him. He'll get it somehow. And then Justin Fields, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, of course. In Madden, the running back duo won't be as crazy because it's, Madden, but specialist-wise, yes, he has Jalen Warren behind him and everything. So I'm going to put Jalen Warren here at the 3rd down back and then Najee Harris at the 2 there. I don't want Aiyuk in my slot. Definitely not that archetype there. TJ Tampa, I'm going to put over Deshaun Elliott, who's a backup strong safety with Justin Simmons. TJ Tampa's going to be in the slot. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward. Crazy rush here. Defensively, it's just amazing. I don't really know how else to say it. The DBs look great. Justin Simmons, Minka Fitzpatrick, easily the best safety duo in the entire NFL. Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, amazing when healthy. And then offensively, it's mainly the offense that I'm worried about. In Madden, Najee has superstar dev. He looks crazy in Madden. But in real life, sometimes he's just off or on. It depends who's really they're focusing on. Sometimes they'll just play Warren constantly or play Najee or actually rotate them correctly. But Aiyuk here with this offense, Justin Fields, he had DJ Moore last year. He had Darnell Mooney going into the season. I know Darnell Mooney wasn't that crazy for Fields last year, but if you involve him, I think he's a great player, an underrated Cole Kmet. But here, even more pieces for Justin Fields to succeed. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, Brandon Aiyuk, Roman Wilson, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, and a solid offensive line here with, of course, Mike Tomlin. But anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Mid-season mark here, Pittsburgh Steelers are 4-2 second in the division. This division is whack, dude. The Ravens and the Bengals being at the bottom is crazy. The Browns with the man himself, Deshaun Watson, getting massage at the top of the board here. 5-2, but 4-2 is still a really nice record for the Steelers. They're already starting out at an 87 overall, which is amazing. Scouting national focus, I think I am just going to go into your offensive line here. Players ready to negotiate. Aiyuk just doesn't want to be here. Oh my God, he just hates it here. Sorry, we're just going to pay him a bag like how he would probably get paid in real life. We don't really got to pay a QB until like next year if Justin Fields is the future. So for right now, Brandon Aiyuk gets an absolute bag, almost $30 million a year per year, and he resigns. Justin Simmons here, I mean, if he lasts, yeah, I want to see if he'll regress. He is 30, but he does have an X factor, of course, so I want to see if he does regress by the end of the season. I'm going to wait on that. Pat Freiermuth, 5-year deal, around $11 million a year for a tight end. I mean, it's not the best. Do I need it necessarily? No, but at the same time, can I really let him walk at this overall? No, he resigns. I'm going to have to start preserving money because if I have to pay Justin Fields, Justin Simmons, Aiyuk that fat bag as well, then a future George Pickens and Najee Harris contract, I'm going to be screwed. I'm going to have to start preserving some of these contracts. I'm going to do a 2-year deal with James Daniels and see how far that goes. He resigns with us. Justin Simmons, I'm going to wait on. Van Jefferson, not interested in. Jalen Warren, I would like to resign as a 1-2 punch, but again, I'm trying to save money here. And honestly, like in Madden, it's a little bit different. The 1-2 punch duo isn't really a thing in Madden because it doesn't really matter. But I'll wait until the end of the season to see if I have money. Cam Hayward, he's 35, about to turn 36. I know he's going to regress in Madden, and it will be a cheaper contract. So I'm going to wait on that. Quez Watkins, no. I already have Roman Wilson. Middle linebacker, Roberts, no. Mason Cole. All these other guys I just don't want because they're just depth players for me. These guys are just question marks for right now. I don't know why they have Van Jefferson over Cam Hayward for a contract whenever both these guys are clearly higher overalls. But anyways, for now, let's just focus on making the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a loss to the New Orleans Saints, which actually gives up the division for us. So we're going to be a wild card without home field advantage here, as we're going to have to face Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen producing single-digit interceptions. Yeah, that's Madden for you. Ravens finished 9-8, bottom of the division. Crazy. Browns finishing top of the division is crazy as well. Team ranks, we're baller in everything except for rushing, which is kind of crazy. Kind of mid at rushing. 13th isn't necessarily mid. 16th would technically be mid, but almost there. Either way, green ranks across the board. Stats and awards. Justin Fields is a top 5 QB in the NFL in Madden. Second for league MVP behind Lamar Jackson here. So in Madden, I guess I'm wrong. He's a baller passer now. 4th best offense in the NFL. 4th best defense. Yeah, and some people were probably mad at the beginning of the video. Oh, you didn't have Russell Wilson. It's an unrealistic rebuild. Well, I bet you're happy now. 4,100 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 receptions. 114 pass rating, amazing season, stellar season, second for league MVP here in Justin Fields. Najee Harris, almost 300 attempts, 1,200 yards, 4.2 per carry, 12 touchdowns. I put Jalen Warren there, and he didn't really get that many attempts, but still, yeah, see, this is what I'm saying whenever Madden doesn't rotate them. Even if I put him in the specialist position, Madden didn't rotate him that much. Either way, rushing-wise, not crazy, but Najee Harris had a nice season. Brandon Aiyuk, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. That deserves X Factor. Roman Wilson, rookie year, 10 touchdowns, 900 yards. That's really nice. George Pickens, only 800 yards, but 10 touchdowns is nice. Pat Fryermuth, see, this is my problem with signing tight ends in Madden. They're expensive, and then, like, this isn't bad for a tight end, but it's like, do I really want to pay you around 10, 11 million a year to give me 3 touchdowns? Not really. Like, literally my running back outperformed you in receiving wise for touchdowns at least. But anyways, let's hear the defense. Defensively, Patrick Queen, 125 tackles for a loss, 22 for Cam Hayward, sacks, 15 for Alex Highsmith, outperforming TJ Watt. That's crazy. 12 sacks for Cameron Hayward, 10.5 for TJ Watt, and then 1 for TJ Tampa. After that, it's just a huge drop-off. Interceptions, 5 for Patrick Queen. What a steal from the Ravens getting him. 5 interceptions for a linebacker is amazing. 4 for Joey Porter Jr., 3 for Justin Simmons. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Patrick Queen and Joey Porter Jr. Patrick Queen is definitely going to get superstar dev after that season. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers win their first playoff game since 2016 against the Buffalo Bills? They do not. 35-31 as your runner-up for league MVP is eliminated in the wildcard round. I mean, hey, it's a realistic simulation here, guys. Steelers not winning a playoff game since 2016. Come on, guys. I know, Steelers fans, please don't come for my head in the comments. I know they're already like, oh, I'm disliking the video. Nah. That's what most Steelers fans sound like. I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's move into the offseason. And the Niners, without Aiyuk, go back to the Super Bowl, but this time get smacked by the Chiefs. It's not a close game. No overtime. 14-35, losing by 3 scores here. Guess it really didn't matter who went to the Steelers. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Steelers. In the AFC North, nobody retires. For the team upgrades, Justin Fields gets superstar dev. I would argue X Factor after being, runner-up for league MVP, but EA goes, how about 2 XP and 1 dev upgrade? How about that? That's the best EA can do. Anyways, Aiyuk gets X Factor. Roman Wilson comes with star dev. Defensively, what do we have? Patrick Queen goes to superstar. I'm not surprised by that after the season he just had. Joey Porter, surprised he didn't go to superstar. But apart from that, Cam Hayward is down to an 84 overall without the boost. But let's move into the re-signing. For the players ready to negotiate, Justin Simmons did go down on overall, so it slightly improves our contract here with them, and it's actually 2 years instead of 3. I'll accept this with him, and he re-signs with the team for another 2 years. The best safety duo in the league re-signs. Again, Jalen Warren. It's not a thing in Madden as much as I do want to re-sign him. Cam Hayward, though, 1-year deal, $16 million. I'm going to re-sign him on that. He stays with the team. And then Dan Moore, no, already have your replacement. Quez Watkins, no. Everyone else here, no. I'm going to hold off money because Justin Fields, I'm definitely going to pay him after the crazy season he just had. I had $53 million here. Let's see what I can use in free agency. I'm not going to spend a whole lot, though. I've actually decided I got to pay Najee and George Pickens, I believe, next year. So I don't think, and I got to pay Justin Fields if we don't include his 5th-year option. So actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to participate in free agency at all. I know $53 million seems like a lot, but paying these upcoming players will probably be a lot more, and I don't want to be hella into negative cap, kind of like the Saints. Yes, I'm always dissing the Saints. But anyways, let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up a offensive tackle because that's really all we need to do is fix this offensive line. Out of Texas A&M, 6'7", 315, kind of like Broderick Jones size here. I mean, I think Broderick Jones is like 6'5", 6'6". Still, either way, hidden dev, he's huge. 83 strength, 77 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. He looks great. In the second round, improving the interior offensive line, Keith Calhoun out of Oklahoma State, 6'3", 303, 89 strength is amazing for a rookie, 81 acceleration, hidden dev, once again, A's and B's across the board. And in the third round, I'm getting Jalen Warren's replacement. Only difference is I don't have to pay him. He's also a power back archetype. I believe Jalen Warren is, if I'm wrong about that, sorry. 90 speed, 91 acceleration, hidden dev, and then out of where he was Iowa. Nice. A break tackle, A trucking, B carrying, B ball carrier vision. For a third round pick, that's actually a pretty nice backup. Now, this is the team after the draft. Getting a new center and a new offensive tackle really solidifies this offensive line. Great quarterback, obviously. We got the 1-2 punch duo back, not as high as an overall, but again, don't have to pay him. 3 great receivers along with a great tight end. great developing offensive line as of right now. They're pretty young, which is nice to see. Cam Hayward is regressing, so I want to get him a ring before he dips. Great defensive backcourt, great receivers, great edge rushers. This team really needs nothing else other than, I guess, an eventual replacement for Cam Hayward since he's so old in Madden, and technically he is in real life. But anyways, for now, 88 overall. Let's move into the midseason mark. 3-4, third in the division. What is my team doing wrong? My defensive passing game is 26th. Explain that to me. Explain it to me why it's 26th. My DBs did nothing but improve. My strong safety went down 1 overall, and I still have Minkah Fitzpatrick. Why is my secondary garbage now? That doesn't make any sense. Scouting national focus, I think I'm going to go defensive tackle here to replace Cam Hayward. $134 million to spend. TJ Watt's finna get a bag here. $33 million a year. He re-signs with the team and actually wants to be here. Patrick Queen, I'll give him player friendly. He wants a bigger market. He wants a mentor. I can actually increase his interest by doing that. Denzel Perryman has a mentor tag, so I'm going to be signing him for Patrick Queen. Also, Jimmy Garoppolo has a mentor tag, so I'm going to sign him for Justin Fields to give him more XP. Bingo, bango, bongo. Patrick Queen has a lot more interest now, so it's going to be a cheaper contract. He re-signs a long term with the Steelers. Then Justin Fields here, superstar dev, close to home. Not really. I mean, Georgia's really okay. Pittsburgh, big market, but he has a winning percentage with the head coach, so that's nice. Around $33 million a year for Justin Fields, and he's going to re-sign to the team on a 5-year contract after being the league runner-up for MVP last year. Najee Harris, superstar dev, 3-year contract. Fine with that. He re-signs with the team. George Pickens, NFL young boy, 24 years old, $15 million a year. I'm fine with this. 5-year contract. He re-signs. Dante Jackson, I want a 1-year deal with him, and that's exactly what he wants. Only $5 million for 1 year. He re-signs on that. Cam Hayward, I know he's going to regress more, so I'm going to wait on that. Deshaun Elliott, as much as I like him in real life, he's really injury prone in real life, but I turned injury off for my rebuilds. As of right now, I have Justin Simmons. Don't necessarily need him. How cheap is the contract? $5 million a year isn't what I was looking for a backup safety, but he is an 80 overall. He probably deserves a starting position somewhere else, so I'm going to say no to him for now. But Calvin Austin, no. Cole Holcomb, he's about to turn 30. He's going to regress. I don't want to pay him $8 million a year to be a 30-year-old middle linebacker. Larry Ogunjobi's old. Everyone else here is old, so I'm just going to wait until the offseason. Broderick Jones, I'll definitely accept that 5th-year option as well. Thomas Morstead, don't really need, but for now, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 10-7, once again, second division. This time, the division seems kind of right, with the Ravens at the top, Steelers at the second, Bengals at the third. Surprise, Bengals are finishing first in every one of these simulations with a healthy Joe Burrow, because, of course, injury is off, but the Browns being at the bottom of the division is no surprise. The Browns are a great team, but their quarterback situation will forever hold them down since they're locked into that guaranteed contract forever. Stats and awards, Justin Fields, amazing year, once again, 8th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, what? How? How is my defense 23rd? And then where does Justin Fields place? He places 4th for league MVP. Dak winning league MVP? Sure, bud. Anyways, Justin Fields, 4,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 115 pass rating. Once again, another amazing year. Najee Harris, almost 1,300 yards, 4.6 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Fields with 400 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Then Montel Peoples with 4 touchdowns. See, only 36 attempts, but still, Najee Harris had a great year. Brandon Aiyuk, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Literally identical season from last year. Roman Wilson, almost 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth, 7 touchdowns, 700 yards. That's actually a nice season for a tight end. I'm glad I re-signed him now. George Pickens, kind of underperforming. I was really hoping he would do a lot better than this in simulation. I'm paying him $15 million a year for what? I don't know why he's this bad in Madden. But anyways, this is just Madden, keep in mind. But anyways, Patrick Queen, 129 tackles for a loss, 20 for Cam Hayward once again, so of course I'm going to re-sign him after that season. Sacks, 9.5 for Alex Highsmith, a season where TJ Watt plays all 17 games and doesn't get at least double-digit sacks. Outrageous, dude. And then Cam Hayward with 7.5 sacks. Yeah, my defensive playbook and my scheme was exactly the same as last year. The only difference I made on my defense was nothing. I re-signed my entire defense, and yeah, Justin Simmons regressed 1 overall. That was the difference between this year and the last year. It's just Madden, just randomly playing a guessing game and saying, oh, sure, fuck it. You're a 23rd defense in the NFL. But Joey Porter with 3 interceptions, safety zone team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. Can the Steelers beat the Chiefs to move on to the divisional round and finally win a playoff game in recent years? No. We're in 2025 going into 2026. It's been a decade since the Steelers won a playoff game. Great. Let's move into the offseason. And the Eagles get their revenge on the Chiefs 52-49. Huge scoring Super Bowl. That probably is a record. Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP. Saquon Barkley Offensive Player of the Year. And there are no awards here for the Steelers once again. For the team upgrades, Justin Fields gets Superstar X Factor. Surprise, Najee doesn't get it with him after having 2 back-to-back great seasons. My offensive tackle and my center are both star devs. I'm fine with that. It's a solid offensive line. Defensively, what do we got? Any other upgrades? Joey Porter Jr. was Superstar Dev. That's nice to see. But Cam Hayward and Larry Ogunjobi both continue to regress. So I guess I got to do something about that. But for right now, and Justin Simmons, he goes down to an 87 overall without the boost. Minka's up to a 98 with the boost. 89 overall team. That's 1 overall higher than last year. But still, once again, we're a first-round exit. I need to fix that. Let's move into the re-signing. For the re-signings, $54 million to spend. I'll accept the option on Broderick Jones. Cam Hayward, after having, even though he's 37, after having 20 tackles for a loss, I cannot re-sign him. Well, can't not re-sign him, you know what I'm saying? But Cam Hayward, he re-signs. Deshaun Elliott, I just don't want him. He's regressing as well. Cole Holcomb, honestly, a 1-year deal wouldn't be bad. 2 years, honestly, it's not horrible. I just don't want to pay you $8 million for 2 years, so I'll just pay you $9 million for 1 year. He wants to play for a new team, that's fine. Anyone else here that I want? Probably not, I would assume. Probably need a new kicker, new punter, new left guard here as well. Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, even though he's a 58 overall, does he still have his mentor tag? He still has the mentor tag, so despite him being a 58 overall, I'm going to re-sign him. It just makes his contract cheaper, so sure, 2-year deal. He'll give more XP to Justin Fields, and he re-signs on that. After free agency, I got Kendall Fuller. Despite my secondary being amazing, EA apparently thinks it's 26th in the league. Got Harrison Butker and Michael Dixon for special teams. Then Nakobe Dean here, 25 years old. He only has normal dev, but he will progress instead of regressing like Cole Holcomb. He's a nice depth linebacker for us. Once again, we get awarded with the 20th pick, which is really hard because if I can't make it past the first round of the playoffs, I don't really know how good my team is if I'm always a first-round exit. But also, if I make the playoffs at 10-7, then be a first-round exit, I also don't get a good pick, so I'm always stuck with pick 20. In the first round, even though, yes, I did get Nakobe Dean, I'm picking up middle linebacker because apparently my defense was ranked 23rd last year after doing nothing but improve it. Now I'm still adding depth to the middle linebacker position after losing Cole Holcomb, who was an 80 overall, so I replaced him with a 77 overall who was younger. Now I'm getting Steven Allison out of Auburn, 6'4", 242. He's really big, 87 speed, 88 acceleration, hidden dev. B's across the board. He looks nice. In the second round, getting our new left guard to replace the one that left, Anthony Pittman out of UCF. 6'2", 324 pounds. I was about to say 220. That would not be right for an offensive lineman. 324 is huge. 90 strength for a rookie is amazing. 78 acceleration, only 65 speed. So on pulling guard plays, he's probably not that good, especially for our running team with Najee Harris and the second string back that we have with Star Dev, I believe. Hidden dev here for him. A's and B's across the board. He looks nice. Now this is the team after the draft. A very young offensive line. I'm going to say it every time. It looks very nice here. I mean, overall wise, it doesn't look the best, but still, development wise, it does. And of course, I don't have to pay him. That's the key factor because I got to pay all these other guys. I only have $15 million left in cap. And then also, where is my quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo? I did not pick this guy. You're getting cut because I want Jimmy Garoppolo to get more XP. Please, where did he go? Thankfully, the AI did not cut him. I want him at the number 2 here just for the XP for Justin Fields. Yes, you have to put him at the number 2. Sometimes the number 3, depending on the position you play. For quarterback, number 2. And then this guy, I'm honestly going to put him at the 2 over Nakobe Dean just because he's already a 74 overall with that XP point. And then DB-wise, like, if this secondary gets anything below top 10, if anything outside of the top 10, I'm going to be upset. Like, this is a crazy good secondary. The defense, like the linebacking core is amazing. The edge rushers are great. Cam Hayward still put up 20 tackles for a loss per season with Keanu Benson. I don't see the problem here at all with this amazing defense. Like, really, it shouldn't be a problem past this. Allison, we're going to put there. He's also an edge rusher, kind of. That's weird. But Peoples, Roman Wilson, we're going to move to the slot, of course. Then past that, everything else looks pretty good. Justin Fields, please give the Steelers a playoff win. Year number 3, let's move into the midseason mark once again. 5-2, second division. This is, of course, a very highly contested division. The Ravens are at the top of the division. Us coming off a loss to the Chargers prevents us from being top of the division. But our defensive rushing game is 14th. I hope that means for like running game, because my D line is kind of weak. Yes, my edge rushers are nice, but my interior defensive line, they're older, other than, of course, Keanu Benton, who's an 80 overall. But Cam Hayward, he's super old. I don't know, maybe he finally hit his wall in Madden. But as of right now, the rest of the ranks are in the top 10, which is exactly what I wanted to see. My passing game is 3rd, which is also what I wanted to see. Scouting national focus, I literally just need nothing other than my team to be amazing. So I guess, sure, depth, safety. Players ready to negotiate. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I have 41 million here. He's going to get 20 million a year for 4 years. Yeah, he's a 30-year-old safety getting a 4-year contract, but the rebuild only lasts for 2 more years, so I'm not worried about it. And then Joey Porter Jr., absolutely, I want you back here. 12 million, he resigns, 12 million left in cap as we pay him a nice contract. And I'm glad I put James Daniels on a 2-year contract because I might not be able to re-sign him here. Cam Hayward, same deal. Everyone else here, Chris Boswell. I already signed a new kicker, so I don't even know why I didn't cut you before. But anyways, Chris Boswell is going to be gone. Justin Simmons, he's probably going to regress more, so I'm going to wait on that contract at the end of the year, along with James Daniels, Keanu Benton, Dante Jackson, Darnell Washington. Second string tight ends don't really do anything in Madden, so I'm not going to give him a contract. But for now, let's move into the playoffs. 13-4, top of the division. Finally, we have the #1 offense in points per game, the #2 defense in points per game. Amazing year for us coming off a Week 18 win against the Colts to secure the first round bye as the Bengals finished 6-11. That's weird. Najee Harris in Week 18, apparently 87 rushing yards, 3 yards per carry, I guess. Maybe it doesn't show decimals, but 3 touchdowns is amazing. Let Najee cook. Steelers social media is weak. Only 300 likes, dude. That's it. Stats and awards. Justin Fields, another amazing year. It seems like it's slightly going down each year, but still it's great. Second best offense, second best defense in terms of yards. Then Justin Fields, 4,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, improved completion percentage here, 112 pass rating. Yeah, again, it seems like it's slightly going down every year in terms of production, but I'm honestly not mad at it. He's still having amazing years with us. And then rushing wise, Najee Harris, amazing year, almost 1,600 yards, 2 yards shy, 5.1 per carry, 22 touchdowns. Is that tying? No, that's surpassing LaDainian Tomlinson's 21 touchdowns in a season, rushing touchdowns in a season, I think. But Najee Harris definitely getting X factor now. For the rushing touchdowns, I was completely wrong. It was 28. For some reason, I thought it was 21. But hey, he's up here now in the top 10. Barkley apparently had it in 2024 with 22. So that's what Madden Simulation says. I was completely off about that number. I'm sure I'm going to get grilled for it in the comments. But Najee Harris, regardless, still an amazing year. Brandon Aiyuk, 94 receptions, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Roman Wilson, 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. George Pickens, he's honestly been super disappointing in the simulation. I don't know why. I expect him to get like 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns every year, but I guess the wide receiver 2 position isn't as good as being in the slot, and Roman Wilson actually profiles as a slot, while George Pickens is 6'3", Roman Wilson is 5'10", so unfortunate that George Pickens is giving me these lackluster numbers, but it is what it is. Defensively, Patrick Queen, 126 tackles for a loss, 19 for Cam Hayward, sacks, 14 for TJ Watt, 9.5 for Alex Highsmith, 4 for Cam Hayward. Dude, he's still giving me 19 tackles for a loss in a season. I'm going to re-sign him again if he doesn't retire. Interceptions, 4 for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Safeties on team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Minkah and 1 for Joey Porter. I mean, Mike Tomlin was really smart here. He said, I can't lose in the wild card if I skip the wild card. Big brain, we're going to lose. It's the Chiefs. We're going to lose in simulations. Can we please win our first playoff game? Please. Oh my God. 2026 loss. We have not won a playoff game again since 2016. Like, this is actually frustrating how I have the #1 offense in points per game, #2 defense in the game is like, nah, I know the Chiefs are good, but it's like, can I get a different opponent, please? Damn. Let's move into the offseason. And the Chiefs losing the conference championship just for the Colts to lose in the Super Bowl to the Packers. Jamal Adams on the Packers wins the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts once again wins another league MVP, and he wins an Offensive Player of the Year. Once again, no Steelers awards. It's actually frustrating how good my team is, but the Madden AI is like, we're just going to choose your team sucks because we said so. In the AFC North, Jimmy Garoppolo retires and Cam Hayward finally got fed up. Yeah, I would be too. Rob Havenstein on the Ravens retires and Trent Brown on the Bengals retires. I don't understand how my team keeps losing. I mean, Pittman here is a start of. I have solid offensive line, 90 overall team. Najee Harris is an X factor now. That's amazing to see. Defensively, what do we got? Any other upgrades? Allison is a start of. Minkah is an X factor now, a 99 overall X factor with the boost. 90 overall team. We're going up 1 overall per season, even with the loss of Cam Hayward here. Let's move in to the re-signing. For the re-signings, Justin Simmons, he's an 85 overall, and his contract is much cheaper. I'm glad I waited. So he re-signs on us, for us, on the final deal. And James Daniels, I'll just put another 2-year deal on him. He re-signed, $6.6 million left. Do I want Dante Jackson, Darnell Washington, Keanu Benton? I definitely need defensive tackle more than anything else. He wants $12 million a year to be He was a backup rush defensive tackle throughout his entire career behind Cam Hayward. Pay up time comes and he wants $12 million a year? Absolutely not. Dante Jackson, congrats, dude. You only want $3 million? Absolutely. He resigns on that. Darnell Washington, I don't even think I can give you money. No, I can't. So losing Darnell Washington and Keanu Benson, gonna need to do some digging in the draft. But for now, Chris Boswell, I already have Harrison Butker, I believe. So let's move into the draft. In the first round, getting a defensive end to replace Cam Hayward, now Niles Nelson out of USF, 6'4", 275, 90 strength, 84 speed, 83 acceleration, hidden dev, B's across the board. He looks nice. In the third round, picking up defensive tackle Dante Fowlers out of UCLA, 6'3", 350. My God, 97 strength is amazing. Hidden dev, a play rec. That's all really about there is to him, but C tackles, whatever. For a third round pick, 97 strength is nuts. Since Jimmy Garoppolo retired, Derek Carr here has the mentor tag now, so I'm going to sign him just to give Justin Fields more XP for the fourth and final year. Now, this is the team moving into the fourth and final year. Amazing wide receiver 1, running back 1, quarterback 1. George Pickens is amazing in real life, but in Madden, for some reason, he's not that good. O-line, very, very solid. 89 overall team here. And then Nelson is a 73. Shepard's a 72. Fowlers, he has 97 strength, so I'm going to put him at the starter. So maybe this defensive line got a little bit weaker in terms of the defensive tackle position, of course. Allison, I'm going to start over Nakobe Dean, but the secondary is still amazing. I still don't see why we shouldn't be a playoff team easily here. Roman Wilson's going to stay in the slot. Then Nelson is going to be moving up. Actually, Fowler's 97 strength. He's crazy. Actually, Nelson... yeah, we're going to do Nelson there. Fowlers, he can be a defensive tackle as well. But everyone else here looks pretty good to me. So apart from that, let's move into the fourth and final year. And please, Madden gods, let me win a playoff game. And here we are in the playoffs, 13-4, top of the division. No first round bye here. I wonder who beat us out. Is it the Chiefs? No, it's the Bills here. The Chiefs are still in the playoffs, though, at a third seed, so that's a problem. And I know what Steelers fans are thinking. Oh, man, it's going to be so unrealistic if the Steelers don't beat the Ravens in the playoffs, because the Steelers own the Ravens in the playoffs. The Steelers haven't done anything in the playoffs since 2016, I guess, so it's been 11 years. We're in 2027. Let's end the drought here, because obviously the Steelers own the Ravens, guys. Isn't that right? Yeah! Yes, that's exactly how I imagine Steelers fans talk. But Justin Fields, amazing year for him, is that league MVP. Runner-up, once again, behind a division rival in Joe Burrow. 6th best offense in the NFL, and then 11th best defense. Still, it should be better than that. But Justin Fields, almost 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 74% completion percentage. It improves every year. 124 pass rating, amazing year from him. Najee Harris, 15 touchdowns, 4.6 per carry, 1,300 yards, great. Brandon Aiyuk, literally getting copy and paste seasons. I'm pretty sure he had 94 receptions last year, but he had 2 more touchdowns this year. 1,300 yards. Roman Wilson's almost 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. George Pickens, 9 touchdowns, 800 yards. Like, I don't even think he produced a 1,000-yard season for me. Maybe in the first year he did, but Pat Freiermuth, really, his contract wasn't that worth it, but still 7 touchdowns for a tight end is nice. Still, I had to pay him like $12 million a year. Either way, defensively, Patrick Queen, 137 tackles for a loss, 19 for Niles Nelson, already replacing Cam Hayward like it's nothing, with better sacks than Cam Hayward in his previous year. Also, Cam Hayward was really old, but he also had X Factor. Niles Nelson with the same amount of tackles for a loss. Immediate improvement here. Well, not improvement, but still great replacement. And actually, technically, yeah, improvement with the 9 sacks. TJ Watt, 14 sacks, 11.5 for Alex Highsmith as well. Great year for that Niles Nelson. And then Patrick Queen, 3 interceptions. Safeties here is 0 defensive touchdowns to 0. It's weird how the Steelers won the division, but they gave Joe Burrow the league MVP, even though, you know, the runner-up won the division. That's kind of odd to me. Coming off a win here to the Cleveland Browns. I don't want to play this game against the Ravens. I never play wildcard games. If we go 0-4 in the playoffs in this rebuild after I build a team with these stats across the board, like the Ravens have the 23rd offense in points per game. If I lose, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, please, let us win. And the Steelers own the Ravens. It's confirmed. Anyways, 31-28, and we're going to lose to the Chiefs. I'm going to hop into this. Hopefully we don't lose to the Chiefs, but, you know, it's Madden, so let's move into it. Here we are against the Chiefs. 7-0 start. They're going to open up with 7 as well. 7-7 game. I don't know if we get ball at half. Either way, 14-7 here. We actually have a lead against the Chiefs. 21-7, opening up the half as well, making it 28-7. Of course, whenever I hop into the game, it's a whole different league. And then finally, we're actually going to make a run here. Going to the conference championship, beating the Kansas City Chiefs 35-17. Let's move on to the conference championship as Justin Fields just had a 4-touchdown game against the Chiefs. Here we are to face the 13-4 Buffalo Bills. We've lost the Chiefs twice in the playoffs. We've lost the Bills once in the playoffs in previous years, not counting this year, of course. Let's see if we can capitalize on both of them to move on to the Super Bowl. I swear, if I have to go through the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, and then I got to play the Cowboys, I'm going to be real upset running that gauntlet. But hopefully we can beat the #1 seed to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Buffalo Bills snow game. Does this ring any bells, Steelers fans? But with Mason Rudolph. Anyways, we start out the game 7-0. Put a 2-score lead on the Bills' head. Wow, Bills are not performing well as they get a safety on us. That's weird. 21-2 here. 21-5. Weird score for the Bills. They still have yet to score a touchdown. As soon as I say it, they score it. And then please don't choke. This 24-13 is going to be your final score against the Buffalo Bills. Wow, really poor game from both teams offensively, but yeah, it was snowing, so I guess it makes sense. Only 86 pass rating fields, 47 for Josh Allen. I mean, he's in Buffalo. He should have experience with this. But anyways, let's move on to the Super Bowl. I better not be facing the Cowboys. Here to face the 8-9 Niners. I don't know how they're 8-9. They're making the playoffs, but still, I mean, the Steelers kind of do make the playoffs in previous years at 8-8, I believe. So 8-9 for the San Francisco 49ers. They're a good team. 8-9 just seems outrageous for them. Anyways, let's see the team upgrades here for the 4th and final year. Offensively, we're the exact same. Defensively, Nelson, it goes up to superstar dev. Fowlers here. Flowers. Am I that stupid? Did I say Fowlers this entire time? I have to be dyslexic. Flowers here, not Fowlers. I'm so stupid. Anyways, Flowers, star dev. I'm just retarded. Patrick Queen, X Factor. Alex Highsmith, X Factor. This is a crazy lineup here. We casually just got 5 X Factors on defense. That's nice. 92 overall team, 3 X Factors on offense. Let's move into the Super Bowl to capitalize on this rebuild. Here we are in the Super Bowl. They're going to start out with a punt. We're going to open up with 7 here. 7-3 game, 10-3. Nice way to put it back to 7 points, 17-3. Defense holding strong here. They're not even top 10 in the league for defensive yards. They're 11th, I think. 9-17. Defense holding strong as always. Defense is not going to allow a touchdown on the Niners for the entire game as Justin Fields, Brandon Aiyuk, and Justin Simmons all win a Super Bowl ring. Cam Hayward retired 1 year too early. It's not even zooming in on Justin Fields there for that camera angle. But anyways, guys, that will be a successful rebuild. 20-9 Super Bowl win as Brock Purdy gets handed another Super Bowl loss in his career. Your Super Bowl MVP for the 2027 season. After holding the Niners to 9 points, I would expect it would be a defensive player. This time, it's Alex Highsmith, not TJ Watt or Niles Nelson, who was a baller this year. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. And there are, I was about to say no other awards here, but Niles Nelson, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Again, he's a baller. But apart from that, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. After the Steelers went 0-3 in the playoffs in the first 3 years, being first-round exits, not in the third year he wasn't a first-round exit because they got a first-round bye, but they were eliminated in the very first matchup they had to play. In 2027, the Pittsburgh Steelers are your Super Bowl champions. But apart from that, guys, once again, I thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you like and or subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below which team you want me to do next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.